Right, you guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another Rugby Player Reacts to the 2020 NFL Draft video. We've finished round number 1. Today we're going to crack into round number 2, 3 and 4. But before we do that, we've got one more video to watch, and it's called Which Quarterback and Wide Receiver drafted in the first round is the best fit for his team. So basically, I'm just getting a little bit of feedback, a bit of analysis on the first round before we crack into the second. And with that being said, let's get into it.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends I won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now.
To deal with is your Justin Herbert. You go to LA, you're going to have this responsibility to potentially be the face of the franchise in a new stadium with a relatively new fan base and a new market. But you also have something else. A really good on-the-field product. You look at the stars on this team, they're loaded. I mean, the Chargers have no excuse, even this year, after having this roster with Derwin James healthy, and Bosa, and Melvin Ingram, and we can go through all the different players. My issue here is, was Tua the guy or was Herbert the guy? Because
right, this
Tua
guy's going to be the tallest quarterback in the league.
If the Chargers wanted Tua to be the player,
he's got some pace and some jukes
to move up in front of Miami, and they got another quarterback.
6'6" and a quarter, man.
But if they had Herbert above Tua, then they're great. They're doing flips. If they didn't, well, I wonder if they will someday regret not just offering a second or a third round pick and going up and getting their guy Tua Tagovailoa. Very interesting pick here because Tua would have been selling tickets. He would have had that entire market on fire. Herbert, there's a couple shrugged shoulders, and we'll see how this goes. Yeah. Very interesting to see how this plays out in the long term.
There's a few shrugged shoulders at old Tua, though, isn't there? You line these guys up against each other. Tua's 6'1", Justin's 6'6" and a quarter. Tua's got a 50-yard bomb. Herbert's got a 60-yard bomb. Tua's got short hair. Herbert's got long hair. Tua has average quarterback hair. Herbert's got elite quarterback here. The choice is yours and yours alone.
You know, this is a difficult question to answer. You know, when you're trying to think about who's in the best situation, it's tough because
who's this girl?
Do you want to hear that Joe Burrow's in the best situation because he's going to start? We know that the days of Andy Dalton being the starter in Cincinnati, they're done. Do you want me to say Herbert because he has an opportunity to fight for a chance to start? And he does. Think about it. The first time Tyrod Taylor micromanages a game.
Hang on. Phillip Rivers was at the Chargers. He got traded, didn't he? Let me have a look. Okay. Oh, wow. Phillip Rivers to take over Alabama High School, St. Michael's. Pending retirement. I cannot remember for the life of me what this retirement story said, so we're going to read it here. He had a pretty damn productive year last year, to be honest. Here we go. March 21st, 2020, literally not even 2 months ago, Rivers signed a 1-year, $25 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, he got a good one there.
And they don't win, that crowd is going to be yelling for Herbert. Or do you want me to answer it and say that it's Tua Tagovailoa?
But I got to say, if they're going to talk about Tua, I want to talk about Tua too. I cannot wait to see that guy in a professional uniform. I cannot wait to see that guy in a Miami uniform. The Miami colors are fucking awesome. I love them. As far as a city, a state, Florida as the state. I think if I am ever going to find my South American wife, Miami's going to be the place. Anyways, let's go.
Because he's going to be able to sit outside the game, watch it from a bird's eye view, learn from Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then in his second season come back smarter, healthier, and then go out there and try to light the league up. I mean, personally, I love it when quarterbacks have to sit because, one, you're humbled immediately, and you realize that I can dominate in college, and I'm not the man right now. 2, you get to watch the entire league and pick and choose pieces of what you want. If you're Tua Tagovailoa, you can say, you know what? I want to work on my pocket presence, so I'm going to watch Russell Wilson all year. You know, I want to have poise in the pocket, so I'm going to pay attention to how Drew Brees does it. You know what? I want to understand how to sit in the pocket without having to run like Tom Brady. Or I'm going to pay attention to Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers and see how they negotiate the pocket, extend plays, and then throw it downfield to my wide receivers. I feel like when it comes to learning and then excelling in their second...
That was a whole heap of information, man. You're not a bad analyst. I don't know your name, but you're not bad.
Season, I'm going to go with Tua Tagovailoa for the best fit.
Really painted a picture for me there, mate. Cheers.
Wow.
I hear you, Nate. Tua does have a lot of things going for him, a lot of mystery there, though, and
I look at Justin Herbert. Okay, you get to stay in the Pac-12, you get some great players around you, you get a really cool coach and a loaded roster, and you get Patrick Mahomes twice a year for the rest of your career, for the rest of your life, pretty much. I don't know how desirable that is, dropping into that Chiefs gauntlet as Mahomes is just now realizing his powers. And Justin Herbert's job, specifically, make no bones about it, guys, is to beat Patrick Mahomes. That is why you get drafted at that point, to take out the man. It's the same reason the Bears drafted Mitch Trubisky to beat Aaron Rodgers, and it hasn't really happened. I will say this, speaking of the Packers, in a roundabout way, I think Jordan Love might have landed in the best spot. Let me tell you why. Jordan Love, as we know coming up to this, a lot of work to do. Little erratic, kind of a project. If he landed somewhere where it's like, you're in, kid, that might have absolutely exploded. He's going to sit for a year. He might sit for 2 years. He might sit for 3 years. I don't know. And I know we're going to get into this, but I would bet my life that Aaron Rodgers will not only be a good mentor for him, he will be a role model and the best mentor anybody has ever had. I think it is a point of pride for Rodgers. I think he is a much more enlightened athlete than Brett Favre was at his time, and I think that Jordan Love will learn a ton from Rodgers while he waits, and it's the best thing that could ever happen to him.
There's no doubt about that.
Drafted last night, do you think was the best possible fit?
I love the CeeDee Lamb selection. You know, just like Schrager, I thought that CeeDee Lamb was going to be the first wide receiver off the board. But I believe the Cowboys were sitting there and CeeDee fell into their lap. Just like when you're driving and that case logic falls on top of your stomach. For me, I feel like when it comes to
And that what falls?
But I believe the Cowboys were sitting there and CeeDee fell into their lap. Just like when you're driving and that case logic falls on top of your stomach. For me, I feel like when it comes to CeeDee Lamb and the combination with Amari Cooper, it's the perfect duo because Cooper is such a good route runner. Everything that we've been talking about when it comes to CeeDee Lamb is he is a route runner. And now you add that Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. I feel like building around that Prescott, give him everything he needs, so there isn't any more excuses. CeeDee Lamb to the Cowboys, what a selection. Listen, if you didn't see him when he got selected, we'll break it down a little later in the show. He showed his vision. He has great hands. I'll talk about that a little later.
Oh, that's a nice juke right there. That is fucking nice.
Love it, Nate.
Straight up one-on-one.
The fresh caviar came out on the super yacht after that pick. Listen, I'm going to look at Justin Jefferson, LSU, to the Vikings at 22. I love the pick. Obviously, the Stephon Diggs void. This is a guy to work with Thielen. This was Burrow's guy at LSU, and I think Kirk Cousins has a little Burrow in him, or vice versa. But guys, more importantly, we've been talking a lot about the draft-a-thon last night, so the telethon to raise money for COVID-19 relief that we were a part of. And I wasn't involved with Blake Shelton at all, but when I got in the virtual room, as I mentioned, it's Lamar Jackson, Big Boy from Outkast, Lil Wayne, Dion, Mike Vick. So you can imagine my relief when Rich Eisen says, "Oh, and look, Kirk Cousins is..."
That was a nice stiff arm. I want to see exactly where he got it.
Lamar Jackson, Big Boy from Outkast.
Was it in the helmet or was it in the shoulder?
Lil Wayne, Dion, Mike Vick.
Bang! Right on the right shoulder. Right on the pad. Get off me.
So you can imagine my relief when Rich Eisen says,
he's got long arms
look,
too, so that'll
Kirk
work.
Cousins is joining us. I was like, yes, my guy Kirk. Kirk comes in, and I wanted to transition from hip hop and football to Kirk. Where do you come out on Creed? Are you a weathered guy or my own prison? So the point is though, when Kirk comes in, we're about 1 or 2 picks away from the Vikings pick. So it was a fascinating experience for a fan if you wanted to click on it. Because Kirk is sitting there, I'm not making this up, bouncing up and down in his seat, super distracted watching his TV saying, we're almost up here, we're almost up, we're the next pick, we're the next pick. And I have a feeling he might have known that they were going to get him a toy, a post-Stephon Diggs toy. And I can't really think of a better one than Jefferson, who's a lot of things. The word that jumps out the most is just versatile. And I know Cousins will have fun with them, and I know that offense will keep running. It's an amazing experience to watch a star quarterback about to get his next star receiver and the draft-a-thon. So everybody watch it tonight, 7 p.m.
Kyle, I love it because
Jefferson getting thrown to by someone like Drew Brees, an absolute legend. As far as being a best fit for his team, I think it's probably the other way around. I think the team's probably the best fit for him.
Yesterday on the show, you made such a great point about all these mock drafts. You said these are not, Moses with the tablets, like who's going to go where, and all, which is why I love what the 49ers did, because they took Brandon Ayuk at 25th overall, a guy that I've been talking about all week who returns kicks and had 710 yards after contact. And in the press conference after taking Ayuk, Kyle Shanahan said, Brandon Ayuk was the highest rated wide receiver we had on our board.
Wow, good speed. Look at that.
That includes Henry Ruggs, that includes Jerry Jeudy, and that includes Justin Jefferson and Jalen Reagor, who were taken before him. Shanahan had Ayuk as the number one wideout on their board, and they get him after trading back and also getting Javon Kinlaw. So to me, this is what the draft is all about. What is going to fit your team? And you're watching the highlights of Ayuk. If you're a 49ers fan right now, let me tell you something. Senior Bowl, everyone came away with this thing.
I don't know, whenever I see receivers come out of college or playing in college, except for the likes of a DK Metcalf, they all look very thin, very skinny, very slight. And I'm thinking, you guys in the NFL, you're going to get crushed. But at the end of the day, these guys are still maturing. They're like 21, 22, 23. They're only going to fill out more. The physical peak of a man is not to their late 20s. So I guess you just hope that they get to that point with no injuries. They fill out their body to their capabilities, and they do on the football field what they were always meant to do.
Saying first round pick. Combine, everyone came away from
But they do, man. They look small.
Okay, top 5 wide receiver. At the draft, Kyle Shanahan, who knows a thing or two about receivers. Remember, he's coached Julio, he's coached Andre Johnson. He said he was his number one wide receiver in the...
But I guess, I'm just going to leave you with this one comment. Doesn't matter how small you are, doesn't matter how light you are. If you can jump over someone, or if you can jump in front of someone, or if you can run away from someone, none of that matters, man. None of that matters.
The most loaded wide receiver draft we have ever seen. Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, watch out, NFL.
Watch out!
I wanted to see Henry Ruggs fall to the Broncos. I told that to Cynthia Freeland on her draft special, but he went first, speed one, over being a complete receiver and an extremely well-polished route runner. So the fact that Jerry Jeudy now gets to go to a Broncos offense that has Drew Lock, who looked incredible late in the season, has a handful of really, really nice games and can build on that. Another first-rounder named Noah
mate, I saw that dead leg yesterday. That's fucking nice, eh? It's probably the first one I've seen this entire draft.
Full of really, really nice games.
Let's break it down. So this defender is doing the right thing at the moment. He's giving him a bit of space. He knows he's about to turn. He's let him turn without firing in. Jeudy turns upfield. They're both facing each other and both pretty flat-footed. Then what happens?
Another first round.
Bro, that's sick, man. That is sick.
Incredible late in the season, has a handful of really, really nice games and can build on that.
Bang! See that? See that left foot, bro?
Incredible late in the season, has a handful of really, really nice games and can build on that.
Oh, mate. Right there. Right there. The left foot goes in, the right foot extends, and, well, that's what we call a goose step in rugby, but in American football terms, they'd call that a dead leg.
Another first rounder named
Or a stop and go.
And Cortland Sutton, who
and he scored.
Always slept on. This is an insane offense here. The AFC West is doing this thing where it's an arms race to try to take out
I like
the
the look of this guy, I really do.
And outscore them, it looks like. So then you've got Phillip Lindsay, you've got Melvin Gordon. I am so into the Denver Broncos offense. You've got Drew Lock out here tweeting smirk emojis, and I'm loving it. So that's how I feel.
Well, cheers, mate.
With the first pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback.
Done that. Guys, here we are. Finally. I've been up for about an hour and a half already this morning, and we are finally about to crack into round number 2 of the draft. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I was actually supposed to mention this in the first video, but I forgot. Fresno State. I found this in my dad's bedroom. What do you guys reckon? Is this a football team? Is that a football helmet? No, it's not. It's a bulldog. Fresno State. Don't know where I got it from. Don't know where my dad got it from. But let me know where it's from down in the comment section below. Anyways, that is the end of the first round. That is the first round completed. And I'm happy. So I'll see you guys for round number 2 of the NFL draft, where I hope to see Jonathan Taylor get drafted to the Jags. Why not? Why the fuck not? Peace out.